Good morning, everybody. We are currently in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Canada. So we've already traveled 2,000 miles from Albuquerque, New Mexico, on our way to Fairbanks, Alaska, to pretty much start a new life up there. So we switching bases. We were at Kirtland Air Force Base, New Mexico, going up to ALCAN Air Force Base now. And guys, this has been a pretty cool trip so far. Montana was awesome. Tons of different views, and pretty much every time you go over a hill, there's a new thing of scenery. So that was pretty cool to see. I'd never been out west like that. And then just driving up through Canada itself was pretty cool. So we're about to start on the Alaskan highway. We got the rig kind of set up right now, and it's been doing great. 2,000 miles, and it hasn't been too bad so far. But the worst part of the trip, or the most, I guess, intense part of the trip, is yet to come. So 2,000 miles almost along the Alaskan highway is going to put this rig to the test. It's going to put my driving skills to the test, and we're going to see. But it's going to be beautiful. Heard a lot about the Alaskan highway, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't really know what to expect, except that, you know, the roads might not be the greatest, but, you know, they're probably better than New Mexico roads. It's the worst I've seen in the country so far. Definitely worse than anything I've seen in Canada. But we do have 4 5-gallon fuel jugs ready to go, just in case we maybe miss a gas station or something, because I've heard that a lot of the gas stops are at like little mom and pop shops, maybe even just a lodge. So it's not like they're just a big love sign on the side of the road saying it's a gas station. So we do have things mapped out, but wish us luck. Hopefully we get there in one piece. And our next stop is going to be Muncho Lake. I've already bought a fishing license in British Columbia, so we plan on catching some lake trout tonight. And hopefully we get on them, guys. We're gonna put some of these rods to the test today, and hopefully we can get on something. It's been a while since we've caught some good trout, and I've seen some videos up there. It seems like they have some pretty good lake trout up there, so we're gonna give it a shot. So come along on the journey. We're gonna show you some footage of the road trip, and then some of the stuff along the way, and hopefully you like this video. Let's get into it. Just leaving Dawson Creek. We got about 400 and some kilometers till we get to our next gas station. So we got those marked out pretty good, hopefully. But just in case, we kept 4 extra gas cans. Roads don't look too bad so far. I've heard some places, depending on the frost heaves, it can be kind of bad. This camper, you can see we only get about 200 miles for the range, so I really have to play these gas stops smart, because some of these places on the highway, I mean, you're going to be going 200 miles in between gas stations. So that's why we got the 4 extra cans, but hopefully we can play it smart. Hope we get to see a lot more wildlife, hopefully some bison, maybe some moose. We'll take whatever, maybe a grizzly. Pretty steep grade right here that we're heading down. Now they say they're not too bad along the highway. I guess they used to be like 20% grades, but not now. Some of these are pretty steep. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Alright, we got some real steep grades right here. Wow, look at those mountains in the distance. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. They look kind of crazy. Road's a little rough right here, I will say, pulling this travel trailer. It's like where the tire grooves are, they're kind of rutted out. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but if you're not in those tire grooves, the trailer keeps pulling in all directions. So it's kind of making it tough to keep it in between the lines. Oh yeah, really steep grades. That dude's having a tough time. Look at this. Peace River. That's pretty cool. That's a big river. Welcome to Taylor. So our next big stop is going to be at Fort Nelson. So I think that's 400 and some kilometers away. So we might have enough gas to get to Fort Nelson. We might have to stop one more time before we get there. But we're at Fort St. John. It was only like 10 minutes past that last town we went through. Going up some of these hills. 3 MPGs. Some of these grades are just crazy steep when you're pulling a trailer. Update, the first 100 miles into the Alaskan highway, the road conditions are just great. I mean, we're dead of summer right now, but the roads themselves are really, really good. Probably just as good as any other highway I've seen in Canada so far. And then as far as gas stations goes, I know everybody's always concerned about gas stations, and so am I. I don't know what to expect the rest of the way. But 100 miles in, there's been a ton of gas stations. I'm probably guessing at least 15 to 20 gas stations I've seen. So 100 miles in, not a lot to worry about so far. Just stopped and got some gas. I'll tell you, all the gas stations we've seen so far, it's just a muddy mess. So I'm pretty sure that's how it is all the way up the Alaskan highway. I've always heard it's super muddy in Alaska, so expect these type of conditions when you're out getting fuel and stuff. All right, so another update, we're about 150 miles into the Alaskan highway, and I'll say, you know, so far, I've been pretty impressed with the road conditions. Everybody keeps talking about how, like, I don't know, off-grid this road is, but I don't know if that's how it is in its current state. It is pretty good so far. Maybe they're talking about like years past. So far, this is just like any other road that I've ever been on. It's pretty good so far. So subject to change for sure. I'm sure not the whole road is like this. I've heard the frost heaves and stuff like that can make it pretty difficult, but 2024, I don't know. So far, it's been pretty good, so we'll keep you updated. It's been a lot of long, straight roads. Just a bunch of hills. So when we go down, we get a good run and go, and then we go up the hills. Try to save some gas. Radio just be searching. They ain't nothing up here. Oh man, it just keeps going. Come on now, find something. It's too quiet. These hills are super steep. Going like 40 right now pulling this trailer. So some of these grades are pretty steep, so expect that. But when you get to the top, you got a good downhill section usually. This is where we get our run and go. Road construction, but we're about 150 miles in and still more gas stations. Oops. We just passed this on a minute ago as a wild horse crossing. I couldn't get the phone up in time though. So this is one of the steepest downgrades we've seen so far. I just seen a sign that said 9%. So it's pretty steep and kind of windy too. We're gonna slow down quite a bit. This camper can get pretty tippy real quick. Driving with one hand, not optimal. Through Bucking Horse right now. They have gas, they got a restaurant, so they got everything you need right there. But we're going to keep trucking, try to get to Fort Nelson before we stop. Prophet River. Yeah, I think we're going to stop up here and get gas. The truck's been chugging it. We're probably, I don't know, I think at like the 360 kilometer mark on the Alaskan highway, and pretty much it's all looked exactly the same. A lot of purple flowers on the sides, and the scenery's just about the same. So not a lot's changed in the first part of this journey. I will say the road has changed a little bit. The road has got a little bit worse. I'd say the first 200 miles was pretty smooth, but this one's starting to get a little bit rougher. Bit of an update, gas light came on. Come to find out, between Fort St. John's and Fort Nelson, not a lot of gas stations. I would say 150 miles in between. So we got 32 miles on the range. I think Fort Nelson is only like maybe 15 more minutes. So I think we got enough. We won't have to use one of the jugs, but guys, just so you know, there are some places that, you know, there's quite a bit of space in between. All right, just a quick update. We just left Fort Nelson. We stopped for some gas. We literally on my dash had 18 miles till empty. So it's a good thing we ran across a gas station there. And then we also hit up McDonald's. So we're fully refueled and recharged. And we got like 3 hours to get up to Muncho Lake. Huh? Hold on, baby. We got like 3 hours to get to Muncho Lake. So that's gonna give us plenty of time to get some fishing done and hopefully pull in some of those big Lakers. So we'll catch back up with you, hopefully at Muncho Lake. But we'll show you some footage on the way there too. Yeah, the road's been pretty good up through here too. It got a little rough back there when we left Fort St. John, but this road's been pretty good. Pretty much the whole trip, you'll see these signs right there that have like a little trash can, but they're always going to be a little pull-off, and they're pretty nice little pull-offs too. See, this one's fully paved, and you can pull over, take a rest, that kind of stuff. But pretty convenient. We've stopped at a couple of them, and they work out pretty good. But I think we've been on this road for about 150 miles with this brand new pavement. Very nice road. So I'm curious to see how far this brand new pavement goes. But like I said, about 150 miles so far, it's just been brand new pavement. It's starting to get a little prettier. It's starting to be a little bit more mountainous. You can see some mountains in the background. But so far, it's been pretty flat for the most part. But we're starting to get into the mountains. I think probably about an hour out from Muncho Lake, we have to go through the pass. So we're going to be seeing a lot of mountains. Definitely some more mountains now. We're probably starting through the pass here in a second. Beautiful mountain range. Hopefully you can see there's so many bugs on the front windshield. 64 miles. So I'm pretty sure that's where the pass is. So, or 64 kilometers, sorry. It's weird getting used to the kilos instead of the miles. Big drop off down there. Going up a really steep grade right now. Big drop off over there. She's up ahead a little ways. Yeah, we're behind this tractor trailer going really slow. Yeah, that's a cool looking mountain right there. We're like 30 minutes out from Summit Lake. That should be really beautiful. Still no wildlife though.
That's crystal down there.
Yeah, it's real steep, isn't it? We're about an hour and a half away from Muncho Lake. We had to pull off at this little pull off. It is just beautiful. It's like 70 degrees. It is amazing right now. But we just wanted to pull off, really take some photos, this beautiful view right here. So there you go, guys. The Alaskan Highway so far has been amazing. It's very beautiful. So if you've never been, maybe put it on your bucket list, make some memories. It's a pretty cool journey so far. A little bridge here. Let's see, Ken's. You see a river down there? There it is. A little bit of one. Wow, super clear. Super tall mountain right there. That's pretty cool.
Where is this stupid mountain?
See all the tall pine trees on that thing. This is a beautiful drive right through here. Look at that. It's crazy looking.
Can we climb up there?
No, we can't climb up that. It's too tall.
Huh?
It's way too tall.
Can we?
That is one tall mountain.
Can we please climb up it? Can we please?
Here we go, Summit Lake. Yeah, going right in between these mountains. Caution's sheep. Look, caribou.
Caribou? Where?
Oh, it'd be cool to see some. Summit Lake. Wow, it's beautiful. The sun glistening off of it. Marker 600. I know I said 600 earlier. I was a little bit farther back, but that is kilometer 600. I've noticed they don't have the mile markers all over the place. It's kind of just random. That's a little lake. Just camping right here. Now we got some really rocky looking stuff down through here. Oh shoot, it's a mountain goat. Right there. Some type of mountain goat right on the side of the road. This is really windy and rocky through here.
Yeah, that's the one could fall down and hurt themselves.
Yeah, they could. I can see why mountain goats like this.
And they could fall down and hurt themselves.
Yeah, they like stuff like that.
Yeah, they could fall down and hurt themselves.
Got an old river basin down there.
Yeah.
What, baby?
Yeah, this is the way people can fall down and hurt themselves.
Yeah, you gotta be careful through here.
Yeah. Little kids gotta be careful down here.
Yeah, everybody gotta be careful.
Yeah. Now, Dad, if you fall down one of the pool, you will get die.
Yeah. That's a cool view.
You will get a good snoop. Now, we're going to go snoop outside tonight.
Yep. We're gonna go fish tonight.
Now I eat some fish tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna cook that. First little bit of construction. It's not too bad though. We pretty much got a caution light right away. Look at that creek right there. We get out and do some fly fishing. I swear these rivers and creeks up here are just beautiful. Look at crystal clear. Wow. I just want to get out there and just wade in that stuff. God, Alaska's gonna be amazing. And we're through it. Back on the road. Youngest finally went to sleep, so a little bit of peace and quiet. But just an update real quick. As far as cell phone signal goes, I don't know, we have Verizon and literally none. So, I mean, that was to be expected. We knew we weren't gonna have phone signal. So me and the wife, we didn't even bring walkie-talkies. We're just kind of, because she's driving in a different car, we just kind of stay close to each other just in case something were to happen to either one of us. We've communicated the gas stops pretty good, but no cell phone signal. So there you go. There's some expectation management there. Now, as far as fuel stations, the last one we filled up at was at Fort Nelson. We've been by Summit Lake, and I haven't seen any gas stations since Fort Nelson. So we're looking at stopping at Muncho Lake for the night and camping there. Hopefully there's some camping spots still available, because it's a first come, first serve camping spot. You can't reserve them. So we're gonna hope and pray that we have some spots there available. So at Muncho Lake, there is a service station, so that's kind of where we plan on filling up next. But yeah, there's some long stretches, guys, so plan accordingly. And my truck only has like a 26-gallon tank, and you know, it goes quick pulling a camper. If I didn't have a camper, I could go like 400 and some miles on the tank, but with a camper, I get like 150 to 200 miles max pulling them through these hills. So it just sucks the gas. But to each their own. I don't know what vehicle you're driving, but just keep that kind of stuff in mind when you're going through these long stretches. Racing River. Stopping for gas, yeah. All right, we just stopped for gas at Toad River. I just thought it'd be a little bit more convenient since our camping spot isn't quite as far as the gas station is in Muncho Lake. So instead of having to go fill up in the morning, I just figured I'd get gas here on the way in. A little bit of peace of mind, a little bit, knowing I got a full tank of gas. So we got about 38 minutes to Muncho Lake. Hopefully the campsite's not full. We'll see you guys there. That's your favorite candy?
Yeah, how do you make candy?
Really big mountain right here. Looks like just one big rock with some trees at the bottom of it. So it said we entered the Muncho Lake recreation area, so the lake should be coming up pretty soon. Caution, caribou. Kinsley, the river.
Where? Wow! I want an outfit.
And a mountain.
It's so cool. Somebody can fall down the snow. People can fall down and hurt the snow.
Yeah, they could. so big, they make you feel so small. Like the prominence that these mountains have, like it's just flat down here and then boom, straight up. It's just crazy. Like I can barely even capture the top of this mountain in the camera view. It's so tall. It's just wild. Like words can't describe, video footage can't describe. This is just beautiful. You really just have to see it for yourself. This. Wow.
You're always close.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, are you going to your home? Are you going to your home?
It's like, who's talking?
Are you going to your home?
Joe Lake. We're gonna find out where the campground is.
Right up here.
Here's the lake. It's beautiful, don't it, Kens?
It's big.
Yeah, it is.
That leads to
Hopefully we got some campsites down here. I think the campground's like straight ahead. It's like we're in the middle of the lake.
we can fish there.
Yeah, we're gonna go fishing tonight, ain't we?
Yeah, we can sleep at the lake tonight.
Yeah, it's got like a really blue color to it.
Daddy, we can sleep at the lake tonight.
Yeah, we are, boo.
Yeah, we can camp there.
Yeah, look how close the lake comes to the road. It is really close.
Daddy, can live there? Is camper?
That'd be cool to live here, wouldn't it? There just ain't nothing else around.
Daddy, I wish there a pool here.
Yeah, there's a big pool. Be cold though.
Huh?
It'd be cold.
Be cold to get in.
Yeah.
It might be, it's 50 might start of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it might be 5 start of it.
Alright, campground's right here. Strawberry Flats Campground.
Huh? Strawberries.
Alright guys, we've spent all day on the ALCAN highway and I can say it is amazing. Yeah, so we stopped at Muncho Lake. So I think it's around mile marker 700 roundabouts there. And so far, I'm telling you, the road conditions, I don't know what everybody's talking about. I don't know if it gets a lot worse. Yeah, it's a remote road, but the road's been good. I would say conditions wise, I would say maybe a couple miles that had fair conditions. Everything else was good to excellent. I mean, it's better roads than I've seen in a lot of states. So can't complain about the roads yet, at least. So that part was good. But we're just out here fishing right now, literally beside the road. This lake is huge and we are literally 5 feet away from the road. Yeah, it's a little scary when the semis come by, but just an amazing trip so far. So the campground was full, but they had some overflow parking. So we just set up camp there, and 20 bucks a night, you can't beat that. So we're gonna be heading out of here probably pretty early in the morning. I might get some fishing in. We'll see. I don't know. We haven't been able to get the lake trout to bite yet. We've tried a bunch of different stuff. But as far as traveling on the Alaskan highway, guys, at mile marker 0 all the way to where we're at right now, around 700, I think, almost halfway across it, and it's been good. Gas stations, yeah, they're a little spaced out in spots, but I mean, I'm pulling a travel trailer, 30-foot travel trailer, and I can only get about 200 miles in a range. So we're having to stop quite a bit. But if you're in just a regular vehicle, man, you're not gonna have any issues. Stop every, 300 miles just to be on the safe side, 300-400 miles. and you're gonna be just perfect. The views alone is something you need to add to your bucket list. Just seeing some of these rivers cutting through these mountain passes and just winding through some of this mountainous terrain. I mean, it's just beautiful. So definitely add that to your bucket list. I got lucky enough for the military to move us from New Mexico all the way up here to Alaska. So I'm getting to do this on pretty much the government's dime. So that is awesome, but definitely give it a try. So this is gonna be part one of a two-part series, maybe a three-part series. I'd say probably just two. Since we're almost halfway across the ALCAN, we'll probably do tomorrow and the next day together as part two. But this is gonna wrap up part one. And we didn't get to see that much wildlife. We did get to see some deer here and there. Nothing too crazy. We haven't ran into any, you know, herds of caribou or any bison or anything like that yet. But part two might have some of that kind of stuff. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can get part two when we roll that out. And hopefully this is some stuff that you can kind of put in your back pocket if you ever do go to Alaska or travel up the Alaskan highway. Some things that you can keep in mind before going on the trip, because we went on the trip pretty much blind. I'd watched a couple videos, but there wasn't a lot of good videos out there that had a lot of content that told me like gas stations are here, the mile markers, this, that, and the other. There wasn't a lot out there. So hopefully this is going to give you a little bit of insight. If you had some thoughts or concerns about certain things, then hopefully that can clarify it, because believe me, I worry about a lot of stuff and I try to piece everything together before I go on a trip. So I took the risk, we made the trip, we're halfway there. Just a beautiful evening out here on the lake. I mean, look at this lake. Just a beautiful way to spend the evening, casting some lines. Hopefully we can get on some fish, but if not, that's okay too. We're having a good time out here doing it. Stay tuned for part two. We'll catch you tomorrow morning.